Yep. Here we go. Say, hey guys, what's going on? So, me and Amir are arguing once again on email follow-ups, and we're really just digging deep into this. And I basically have a. He broke the chair. Great. So basically had a question for him. I'm a very sequential person, so I like to see one after the other, a great transition. It's probably from my martial arts background and from doing a lot of jiu-jitsu and stuff, because you have to transition through movements and it has to be very smooth. Right? He's up in the air, he's all over the place, but now he's going to kind of explain to you why he's all over the place and why he's a creative genius and I'm a sequential moron.
That's not actually true. You're just a sequential genius too. You could be a genius at that. You don't have to be a moron. But anyway, all right. So when you're coming up with new ideas, when you're trying to create anything, you're using your creative unconscious, right? So when you're using that part of your mind, it actually doesn't logically make sense. So I want you to really consider, whenever you've ever come up with an amazing idea, that part of your mind that's coming up with it is very creative, right? It's kind of like when you're dreaming. You're dreaming of things that don't even make any sense, but you find a way to put it all together. So you can't actually be logical in the way you create ideas. So the way it works is, first you start with your creative unconscious mind. You start to stir up some ideas, you start to write them all down on paper, and then you have it sequenced. And that's kind of how, like, me and Devin work perfectly together. I mean, sort of, not really, but
It's like ebony and ivory, kind of.
Yeah, we just kind of argue a lot, but I'll come up with the creative ideas, and then I'll give it to him, and he's like, it's not sequential enough, and then he just, fine combs it and distorts all my creative genius, but that's okay.
So let me talk 1 second. So the most important thing is you have to have both if you're looking to do an email follow-up of any sort or sales copy of any sort, because it has to transition and it has to be creative. So creative, transition, sequential, it works both ways, yin and yang. So remember that, guys. A little tip for you. Anything else, man?
Nope, that's all. Just actually, one more thing. What you want to do is write down a bunch of emails. Once you write down those bunch of emails, then think about sequencing them together. Just write down a couple topics, write down some stuff underneath it, and then put it all together, and then make it make sense. That's pretty much it.
Word up. Sequence, create, go.